You don't say to mama, you don't read, oh. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you the cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality scan, nigga area Biafra phobia mentality. See, set mazin nam the canu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, most I judge a bless Biafra, Chukwuki Biafra bless, conscientiousness bless Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Started in 1804 by Utman down Fodio, Rinom go be to Sokoto, Sa Amadou Bello, they massacred the Hausa, Mariri and Pura. What about the Shua, Zamfara and referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom, Yahweh must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwuki Biafra bless. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. They tried by the canories, these reckless foolanies. They conquered the Lorraine, fooling. They killing in Benue every day. Niger State and Plateau State, every day. The whole of Middle Belt State, every day. How I move, don't do. Say we move, but now we move. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwuki Biafra bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. We know that they are the terrorists. Like the man called Shegumi, terrorist. Gabe Sheva Dixinabemi, terrorist. Isa Ali Ibrahim Batami, terrorist. Boko Haram in the army, terrorists. They stop the people from farming, terrorists. Abubakar Malami, terrorists. Mainstream media swami, terrorists. Now we have more sellers than buyers. Information minister liar, Mr. like Mohammed and liar. The truth is Biafra's fire. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Most I Jaja bless, Chukwuki Biafra bless, conscientiousness bless Biafra.
You're welcome, Emmanuel Charles. Aloy Ejimakor. They will
run them out now. Yo, divided nations, decent playing their bloody games against Biafra with the AU, all the same. What a shame. Such a pain. Nnamdi Kanu says Biafra. He console Biafra. Black people worldwide say Biafra. Because Biafra.
all right. They will. You're all welcome to this afternoon program. I greet you all and I bring you good tidings. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you, Emmanuel Charles, Aloy Ejimakor, Nnamdi Ogu. Thank you, Ben Nwansi. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, this old video of Aloy Ejimakor, he actually said it is the first time he's posting it out on X. He posted it like 1 hour ago. Let's listen to it. And I am urging that he should repeat the same message again on the podium. If there's any podium or if there's any stage, if it is just a movement, please, my chief lead of this particular protest, Comrade Omoyele Sowore, please, I beg you to give our barrister the opportunity to deliver the same kind of message because they need to be reminded again. Yes, so we're going to play that message as a reminder, and if there's time for us, I will show you one thing. Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you. I'll show you something that happened on the social media so that you understand that these Fulani demonic agents, those terrorists, fanatical demons in Nigeria, they are evil. You will see what happened. The threat that came from one Fulani man, the Fulani Air Force man, threatened a Christian boy. And then the boy came on social media. Social media is helping a lot. Oh. You will now know the reason why Sultan of Sokoto, you know Sultan of Sokoto? Sultan of Sokoto said that social media is a terrorist organization. They thought we have forgotten. Yes, we'll take it to them. Now let's listen to Aloy Ejimakor without wasting further time. And then if there are other things, we will address them all together. Please, let's go.
Please. 2021 in Kenya. You see, listen, I mean, this is very clear. We're not on a fishing expedition here. Nigeria made laws meant to be obeyed. There is one particular one that applies here, which I adumbrated in court very copiously to the Honorable Justice. That is called Article 12, Sub 4 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. When people hear of African Charter on Human and People's Rights, they begin to think, oh, it's an African law. No, it's a Nigerian law that was domesticated in 1983 by the National Assembly. It's just what is in a name. It's called African Charter. Article 4. Article 12, Sub 4 of that charter prohibits unlawful expulsion of any African, including Nigerians, from any country in the continent of Africa. And by adoption of the laws of Federation of Nigeria in 2009, it became part of the fundamental rights of Nigerians. So when you go to a foreign country and kidnap, abduct, arrest, by whatever name you call that your misconduct, and take that individual from one country to the other without due process of law, you have violated that Article 12, Sub 4. It's a fundamental right. And what is the remedy? Remedy, you release that individual, you take that individual back to where you got him from, and give him the due process of law. Nobody is, challenging or impugning the authority of the federal government of Nigeria to exercise criminal jurisdiction within the territory of Nigeria. But when you leave the territory of Nigeria, you must obey not only your own law, but the laws of that country where you found yourself. So federal government went to Kenya in June last year, and not only did it disobey its own law, the one I just pointed out right now, it disobeyed the laws of Kenya that requires federal government to knock on the doors of the judiciary of Kenya and say, hey, look, there's an individual here we consider a fugitive and we're interested in trying this individual in our court. Then the Kenyan court will ask questions and they must give answers. Do you know why they didn't do that? Because they don't have a good case for extradition. Just they didn't have a good case for extradition in 1984 when they attempted to kidnap Omar Diko. What is the difference between that of Omar Diko and Mazin Nnamdi Kanu? Two differences. That of Omar Diko was nipped in the bud. Vigilant British intelligence caught them in the act and prevented it from occurring. Second, they tried to commit it on British soil. That of Nnamdi Kanu, they succeeded, and they committed it on Kenyan soil. These are the only differences. But what happened in 1984? Britain, in reaction to this attempt to illegally rendition Omar Diko, cut diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years. They arrested 17 individuals, tried them in court, convicted 4, sentenced them to imprisonment of between 4 to 6 years.
Now, please, hold on, sir. Do you see that in Britain, an attempt was punished? They attempted to do something, but they did not succeed. And the people that attempted it were punished. But in the case of Nigeria, they did not only attempt, they attempted, they succeeded, and they are lived. Oh my God. Perché Nigeria è una nazione criminale. They not only attempted in Kenya, they did it and they succeeded. And today, do you know what is actually baffling? For you to know the depth and the intricacies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. The reason why 20th of October is a do or die affair. Why? Because they succeeded and kidnapped a British citizen. And the same Britain that dealt with people who attempted, and they did not only deal with the people, they dealt with Nigeria as a nation. Today, they are quiet, they are silent, and a lot has been happening, not only to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but to the nation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. And do you know that, oh my God, the victory of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it has sweet me. The victory we are getting from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, any Biafran that does not respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not deserve to live. You see the sacrifice Mazi Nnamdi Kanu making? Umaru Diko, planning to kidnap him, it failed. Britain nipped it on the bud. They dealt with the people that committed the crime. They dealt with Nigeria. And the next thing you are going to hear now, which I'm going to allow him to talk, the plane that they plan to use, to bring Umaru Diko, that plane was grounded in Britain. Till today, Nigeria could not carry that plane again. Both Nigeria, both the plane and the people, they were all a criminal offense. Nigeria is in a big shit. Nigeria is in a big pot of soup. Pot of soup. Aloy Ejimakor, please, this is your message. You have to repeat it in a more polished, a more refined way, together with Moyele Sowore, together with Maxwell. Maxwell, oh, I was watching Maxwell again today. That interview of Maxwell, in fact, these guys are ready. And we are ready. Biafrans are ready. And I'm telling you, our victory is going to be sweet. Believe you me. Now let's listen to Aloy Ejimakor, because this thing is actually, it is thought-provoking, it is annoying, it makes me want to just squeeze our enemies. Squeeze them. Now, listen to Aloy Ejimakor and see. I will take it back a little bit so that you will understand what Aloy is saying here. Let's go.
Was nipped in the bud. Vigilant is the difference between that of Umaru Diko and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Two differences. That of Umaru Diko was nipped in the bud. Vigilant British intelligence caught them in the act and prevented it from occurring. Second, they tried to commit it on British soil. That of Nnamdi Kanu, they succeeded, and they committed it on Kenyan soil. These are the only differences. But what happened in 1984? Britain, in reaction to this attempt to illegally rendition Umaru Diko, cut diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years.
Oh my God.
They arrested 17 individuals.
They severed diplomatic relation with Nigeria for 2 years. That is to say, for 2 years, Britain did not do anything with Nigeria as a nation. They cut it off. So now, what is wrong with this same Britain? What is wrong? Now, that is why I am happy. A superior power to Britain have come. And Nnamdi Kanu told Britain that because of your evil, because of your wickedness, you will see what will happen to you in Britain. Look at them, what is happening to them today. Let's go on. Let's go on, please. This thing is deep.
In reaction to this attempt to illegally rendition Umaru Diko, cut diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years. They arrested 17 individuals, tried them in court, convicted 4, sentenced them to imprisonment of between 4 to 6 years. And they expelled the entire Nigerian diplomatic staff in the United Kingdom and interdicted the Nigerian Airways plane, aircraft that was going to be used in the extraordinary rendition of Umaru Diko. That aircraft remains in UK today, a carcass of its old self. So the consequences.
Did you hear that? The airplane that they wanted to use to rendition Umaru Diko, it remains in Britain today as a carcass of its own self. To show you the level of criminality. They did not succeed. Nigeria did not succeed though. I don't know if you people are following this story. Nigeria did not succeed. Britain nipped it on the bud. And then because they attempted it at all, Britain punished them. Now, in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria succeeded and they did it in Kenya. Kenya have approved and said that it was committed. The crime was committed. And they vindicated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have sentenced Nigeria. Nigeria is still doing like this and doing like this and doing like this and doing like this. Are you following? Okay, come back again, sir.
Cut diplomatic relations with Nigeria for 2 years. They arrested 17 individuals, tried them in court, convicted 4, sentenced them to imprisonment of between 4 to 6 years. And they expelled the entire Nigerian diplomatic staff in the United Kingdom and interdicted the Nigerian Airways plane aircraft that was going to be used in the extraordinary rendition of Omar Odiko. That aircraft remains in UK today, a carcass of its old self. So the consequences of extraordinary rendition are clear. But what is lacking so far is that no court of law in Nigeria has made a judicial pronouncement on it. Everybody knows that it's illegal, but we need a court to also say so, because we don't want to take the laws into our hands. So we still trust in the capacity of the Nigerian judiciary to see injustice and address it and redress it.
And the thing is that I think before this was a message Aloy Ejimakor said. He probably made this statement before the proper declaration, because the court have actually said and have admitted that Nigeria committed a crime. And they have asked them to pay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a fine. I don't know, did Aloy Ejimakor forget that? That the lawyer, the judge that passed that case have resigned, that cleared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and said that they committed a crime, they did wrong. In fact, maybe it is because of the legal terms that are used. So they need to use a proper legal term. But for the fact that they have admitted that Nigeria actually committed an offense by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is a victory on itself. But they need to admit, first and foremost, that it is extraordinary rendition. And in fact, I'm wondering what they're still doing in court. Oh my, let's go.
Announcement on it. Everybody knows that it's illegal, but we need a court to also say so, because we don't want to take the laws into our hands. So we still trust in the capacity of the Nigerian judiciary to see injustice and address it and redress it. If Nigerian judiciary fails to redress and address this manifest injustice, it's going to put a big question mark on whether Nigeria is a democratic nation or not, ruled by rule of law, or is it rule of men and rule of brute force.
So, lead counsel, if you prevail today now, where do you go from there?
Well, if I requested for 8 reliefs. Number 1, we got to call a spade a spade. The court got to call it for what it is. Extraordinary rendition is not extradition. Lawyers say ubi jus, ubi remedium. Where there is injury, there is a remedy. So if the court pronounces that it's rendition and is illegal, then he deserves a remedy. And what are the remedies? 1, you restore him to Kenya if he wants. Or you restore him to Britain whether he wants or not, because Britain is his second nationality. That means you got to release him from jail. You have to release him from detention. Nothing can be built on nothing. If you don't have authority of law to arrest somebody, you should not have authority of law to detain that person. And he deserves monetary compensation. That is what the Constitution says. In Nigerian Constitution, they wrote it in black and white, that if your fundamental rights are violated, you deserve monetary compensation. So the lawyers always put it there, because the Constitution requires us to do. But sometimes I'm disappointed that members of the media will pick on that and say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for 25 billion naira for his extraordinary rendition. That 25 billion naira cannot compensate him for what he went through. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for is justice. And that justice lies in releasing him from detention and restoring him to Kenya or United Kingdom at his own option. And then you, as Nigeria, can proceed to Kenya and UK and file a proper process, initiate the proper extradition process or proceedings to have him returned or extradited to Nigeria. Why are you afraid of that? Because you know, under the political offense exception, which protects self-determination. Self-determination is not regarded as a crime in any nation of the world, including Nigeria, under Article 20 of Nigerian law. That's the African Charter, Article 20. Now, Kenya has a companion law. United Nations has a companion law. So when you take anybody to any court in any country in the world, and you tell that court, I want him in my country because he wants Biafra, they will tell you to go to hell. You're a kidnapper extraordinary, whether you are government or not. You're a rogue. You should not try anybody in court for wanting to not to belong, for wanting a separate nation. That's how Nigeria was founded, for God's sake, in 1960. Is it not? It's self-determination.
Exactly.
That was how Midwest region was created in 1963. Is it not? That's how Nigeria lost Southern Cameroons to Cameroon. Is it not? Is that called referendum or plebiscite? And that's how Nigeria gained Adamawa, the former Southern province of Cameroons, into northern Nigeria. So why should that of Biafra be different? It's only a crime in Nigeria. IPOB is only a terrorist organization in Nigeria, but not a terrorist organization all over the world. That needs to tell you folks something. That is why Nigeria dodged and went by night, ambushed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and kidnapped him. We cannot take a government to criminal court and jail a government, but we can call a government to answer to the civil courts of this country. There are courts in this country. So Nigerian government must answer to this court. Like I argued before the court, upon what document did you arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya? And upon what document did you bring him to Nigeria? Until they have answered that question, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains a person that was kidnapped by state action, by the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that will not stand in law and in fact. Thank you.
They no fit find them. They no fit find them. Thank you so much, Aloy Ejimakor. And then Nigeria is such a shame. This was from very dark man. He don't mock them here. I think should I listen to this one? There's another message I wanted to show you guys. So there's another message I wanted to show you guys. This guy, this boy was threatened by an Air Force guy, and he had all the documents, everything, all the screenshots. He played it here and he showed it on his page that this picture he had in the middle there came to threaten him on social media. And after that, after what he did, now you can come and see the shameless idiot here. The shameless idiot is now apologizing. Come and see his apology. Meanwhile, I want you to see this latest news here. Look at this latest news. Oh my God, Nigeria. Come and see this latest news from Sahara Reporters. This latest news. See, this is a Katsina State local government chairman. This is just coming 1 hour ago. Katsina local government chairman attend wedding of bandit children. Attend wedding of bandit children weeks after peace pact, despite no surrender of weapons. You see, this one is the local government chairman in Katsina. He's attending the bandit wedding ceremony. Now, this is the idiot that was threatening that young boy. I told you. Look at him here. He's begging. Look at him. Look at him. A letter of apology from the Air Force man. Dear Evangelist Musa, I want to say sorry from my heart. I was very wrong to threaten your life. My words were hurtful and completely unfair to you. I realize now how much I hurt you, and I feel very, very bad about it. Threatening someone is never the answer, and I'm sorry for what I said. I was angry. I made a big mistake. You did not deserve to be treated that way, and I want you to know that I truly regret my actions. I never wanted to make you feel scared or hurt. I understand the seriousness of what I said, and if you see what he said, I wish I had time, I would have played it, but I want to play. I want to play what very dark man said to Nigeria government. If I still have 5 minutes left, Please forgive me for my words. I promise to think better and control my anger in the future. I value you and respect you more than my anger. I hope you can find it. Blah 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 blah. Look at the terror infested human beings. If you see the threat he made on the guy, he said he was going to butcher him, tear his meat into pieces. Maybe next time, if I have program, I'll play it for you guys. If I have time, honestly, time is not our friend always on this place. And I want you guys to listen to what the very dark man did. And I'm not sure whether he's going very strong. Look at what the shameless government have said. The shameless government of Nigeria, they are going after Omoyele for this particular movement. He said they can't stop. Look at what they wrote. He said, presidency, thoughts should rest planned free Nnamdi Kanu protest. Presidency did not fault negotiation with terrorists. Presidency did not fault Gumi going to meet terrorists and terrorists doing all those things. And even the wedding attendance of local government chairman, presidency did not fault it. But a peaceful walk to Aso Rock for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was kidnapped, presidency fought. Who fought now go buy all of them, bastard people. Now, let me play what very dark man said, but you mock them here, not be small. Now let's go.
You see, this President Bola makes it. You see, this President Bola makes it. You will not cease to amaze me. This your government, it don't cease to amaze. We are to the cruise, and on ourselves that they used to do this cruise every time. Damage control. So what bank says? 139 million Nigerians living in poverty despite reform gains. What bank says, you know the way AP says, reform, we have reform, the economy is working. We are. What bank say 139 million Nigerians are living in poverty despite the reform gains? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can reply. Presidency rejects World Bank's poverty report, which estimated that 139 million citizens were living in poverty, describing the figure as unrealistic and detached from country's economic reality. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't know advise you to reply World Bank, but this is wrong. You dey go tell people where you borrow money from. Tell them say you want to use the money better your country. Where they no see what you use the money do. Talk say country poor. You say they no poor. Now let me take you back to 2024 and the money the last time when you collect money. Tinubu government borrowed $6.45 billion from World Bank. $6.45 billion now. What did you people say you were going to use the money for? Some of the projects under Tinubu include loan for power, $750 million for power. We still not get lights. We not get lights. Women empowerment, $500 million. Which women who are empowered with that money? I've not seen them because last time I checked, our mothers are still crying. They are still crying. Now they know they see future. People where they found, they cry. Do you understand? The economy is not favoring anybody. And you people collected $500 million for women empowerment. Now let's move on. Girls education, $700 million. La la la. Which girls? Which girl will I educate? Where are they? Where are they? Girl child? For Nigeria, $750 million. Now when I collect. Anyways, renewable energy. When I collect $750 million, renewable. Economic stabilization reform, $1.5 billion. That's what you collected. And resource mobilization reform, $750 million. What bank where you collect from? They don't see what you use the money to. They come talk say Nigeria poor. Do you know what it means that they say 139 million Nigerians are living in abject poverty? Inside 330 million Nigerians where we get. They say 139 million. That means we poor die. That being said, there's another report. Nigeria is ranked as the country with the lowest life expectancy in the world. Say with the bye. Why Nigeria has low life expectancy? High disease burden. Diseases like malaria, HIV, tuberculosis, and preventable infection remains widespread. Poverty, poor access to healthcare. We don't get good healthcare. Many rural areas lack hospital, medical staff, and essential medicines. And when they collect big loan, and you say what bank they like. This is not a report from World Bank. It's an African what's that? Environmental and security factor. Pollution and poor sanitization, unsafe drinking water, and poor hygiene lead to health complications. Conflict and insecurity, violence and displacement disrupt healthcare services and reduce access of treatment. So as you can see, lowest life expectancy, Nigeria might be number one. Beside how many countries, Nigeria is number one. You see what they outline, conflict and insecurity. So these reasons, all these conflict and insecurity, environmental security factors, high disease burden, poor access to healthcare, all of this now make people life they cut short. And guess what? All these things are very, very avoidable if you can put the right things in place. And guess what? We also have the right things to be put in place, but we just have bad leaders. Nothing there where no they're achievable. Nothing. So basically they are saying, according to the report, Nigeria has the lowest expectancy in the world, averaging just 54.6 years. Now be the person to live long for Nigeria. Now 54 years. Highest, if it's too much, 60 years. Insecurity, disease, poor healthcare. Poor healthcare. See, I'm the list I'm there. And then they collect people money from one and World Bank talk, you say a lie. Now again, I say a lie. But I not be say I expect them to admit, because I've never seen, since they bought me for Nigeria, right? I never see government where invest in PR and damage control like this President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, and I've never seen. They spend a lot of money. They will rather pay you, make you talk good about them, than make you work. That's why you go see, say different influencers, this is working, when I be patient and all. This government will rather pay you. They will rather pay. I mean, they can't talk true, but may God help all of us in Nigeria, man. At the end of the day, we might get it right. Anyways, peace out. Nigeria, you're gonna learn, and you'll learn the hard way. Don't play.
You all are going to learn, and you all are going to learn the hard way. Don't play. Please, Martin Sose, please, very dark man, please, I beg of you, join these protests. You know, please. I know you believe Martin Namdekano is a nice man, is a good man. You have referenced him several times. You are not in the country right now. I know you are far away in China, but just send your message across to the Ratters worldwide, to the Ratters across the nation. Send your message across and let them join this October 20th peaceful march to Aso Rock for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing more, nothing less. Please do it for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm very sure you'll be glad you did. C King is also calling for this. C King is calling. Look at C King is calling. This guy is doing very well. C King, thank you very much.
Protest. It's official. We now have a date for the free Nnamdi Kanu protest at Abuja. The date is October 20. Yes, you can see it verified now. October 20. We are marching to the Aso Villa for Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. So if you want Nnamdi Kanu to be free, this is a call for you. October 20. We are outside. We are going outside. We are going full range for free Nnamdi Kanu. Are you there? We are outside. It's official.
Thank you very much, Biafrans. Thank you very much. I muted this thing. I don't know. When I was talking to Very Dark Man, I don't know whether I muted myself. I was trying to ask the Very Dark Man to please, wherever he is now, I know he's in China, far away China, he should please pull his weight behind this October 20 protest for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I know he loves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and he loves the truth. Please, Very Dark Man, please join this protest. If you are not in town, please, instruct the Ratters to be involved. Tweet about it and let everyone know it is something very, very important for the sake of our conscience. Day one. God bless you. I love you all. Airborne. And meanwhile, tonight we'll be hosting the BNL chairman tonight, 8 p.m. Biafra time. We'll be hosting the BNL chairman on Twitter Space. Please remember to join us. Twitter Space. I will be anchoring the Twitter Space tonight, 8 p.m. See you then. Before then, I will announce it again. All right. Thank you very much.